right now. Okay, we're gonna give it another 2 minutes.
So if you want, you can share like where are you from, if you have a e-commerce store already, what are your expectations for today? Just anything that you want to chat in the chat, or just if you want to. Hi, Luke from the UK. Good afternoon.
Yeah, please do mention where you're from. If you own a store, then what's your store called?
If it's the morning for you, for me, it's midday right now. So I don't know if it's afternoon or, oh, Swati, hey.
Oh, we've got Swati here. Hi, Lexi.
Hi, Michael. Hi, Serena. Hi, Luke. Hi, Rhiannon. Joining from home. Aren't we all? Oh, great. We have somebody from Swati. Hi, Lexi. Hi,
Oh,
Alan.
cool.
Hi, Alan from Active Gear. Oh, we have somebody from Norway. How cool is that? Hi, Tobias. And
Marco from Italy. Ciao.
Tom from the UK. Tom, we also have a Tom from the UK in our company. And we have Russell. Hi, Russell from Colorado, from Receptra Naturals. All right, great.
Pretty global, people from all around the world. That's cool, I guess. We're like scattered everywhere, so that's good.
All right, I guess we'll give it one last minute and then we'll get started because we have a lot to unpack. So
yes. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm super excited. How are you guys feeling like about Black Friday? It's actually my first Black Friday as a Klaviyo expert. And you guys that have more experience, like how are you feeling? Just if you want to share like on the
Getting
chat.
ready for the chaos. It's the quiet before the storm.
Cool.
The first one can be a little bit tricky, but I think after a while you just know what is going to happen, what is not going to, what to prepare for.
Yeah, that's actually the thing. I remember last year I was so stressed about Black Friday, and then once it was done, I was like, oh, that was it? I was so stressed. Okay, well, I handled that quite well, you know, that sense of accomplishment that comes after the Black Friday storm.
yeah,
definitely.
Thankfully, I'm removed from all of that. I think my part was still here, but now you guys are, yeah, you guys get into it. All right, so yeah, we'll get started. We will have people as and when they join, they can catch up. So good morning or good evening, everybody, depending on where you're from. Thank you so much for joining us. And in case you're wondering, we are Hustler Marketing. We are an email marketing agency for e-commerce stores. Some of you might have heard of us. That's why you've joined. Some of you may be absolute strangers to us. So in any case, by the end of this 90 minutes, I hope you know us much better. And even if you don't know us better, I hope you know what email marketing is and how it can really, really take your store to the next level. And we shouldn't say the next level anymore. I'm sorry. We're going to retire this next year. All right, so I'm here with my, my team at Hustler Marketing. These are all account strategists. Then we have Danny, who's a designer. We have Marina, Susanna, and Leonardo, who are all account strategists. And we have Lucia, who's a Klaviyo expert. And Klaviyo, as you all know, we exclusively partner with Klaviyo as an email marketing platform. We are a platinum partner with them, which is one in 9 agencies in the world are that. So very, very, very proud to partner with them. And today we're going to talk about Black Friday, everything about Black Friday and Cyber Monday, which is BFCM, and how to maximize revenue from email during this time. So I'm just going to quickly go through the agenda. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the background of this webinar and why email marketing and why Black Friday. And then we're going to have all these amazing, talented people talk about debits. So look at your screen right now, and this is what we're going to go through in the next 60 minutes. And we're also going to have a question and answer session at the end. But if you have any questions in between, you can make a note of them or you can put them on the chat, and whenever we get a chance, we'll try to reply to those. That said, let me just jump right into it. So I don't know how many, most of you must be aware that last year's Black Friday was very unusual. Unusual because, of course, it was the first Black Friday, which was completely, if not 100%, almost 100% online. So because of that reason, it was also the best Black Friday season of all times. It was Shopify reported that 34.4 billion USD was spent online in the Cyber Week alone, which means in the week that Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and Cyber Monday fell, that week was the biggest week for e-commerce in all of the year, and it was the best year for e-commerce as far as Black Friday is concerned. Now things are slowly easing up. I think the pandemic is slowly but surely easing out. But it's not to say that this year's this year's Black Friday is going to be any less smashing. If reports are to be believed, and if the past trajectory of 20% year-on-year increase is to go by, over 50 billion USD worth of sales are going to happen this year in the Cyber Week alone. And now this is why this is really important, that if you are an e-commerce store owner, you get the most juice out of this season. So is your store ready to hit 25 to 40% of your entire year's revenue in just about a week? It is possible. As we go along, you will see how that actually happens, and how that happened for our clients last year. But this is not about us and our clients. This is about how your store can make it. So just follow along. So these are some of our stats from last year. We worked with around 70 clients this year. Last year, we were with about 50 during the Black Friday season. A lot of them joined later or were not part of the Black Friday, but about 50 were, and these were the stats. So 25 to 30% of their entire revenue for these 50 stores came in the in the Black Friday month alone, which is, if you know Pareto principle, that 20% of some activity gets you 80% of the results. That's never been more true when it comes to Black Friday and e-commerce stores. Now, out of this 25-30% of their entire year's revenue, 35% average revenue came from email marketing alone. 35%, which means that 65% of their revenue, only 65% of the revenue came from a combination of ads, which includes your Facebook ads, Instagram ads, search ads, organic traffic, direct traffic, repeat traffic, influencer marketing. All of that only contributed to about 65%, and 35% average revenue came from email marketing alone. And out of this 35% revenue from email alone, 15 to 25% revenue came from campaigns, not your automated emails, but campaigns. And as we go along, you learn what is the difference between flows and campaigns when it comes to email marketing. But this is huge. Please make a note of this. 15 to 25% from campaigns alone is a huge deal, because if your store is in a multi-million store, that means you're looking at a revenue of around even 100K from a bunch of campaigns alone. And I'm going to highlight a couple of stores for us, which were standout for various reasons. We have stores that make anywhere between 50,000 per month to 5 to 10 million per month. And of course, the percentage of revenue contribution differs for all of them. And we'll see just how. So last year, we made about almost 5.6 or 5.6 point something million for our 48 to 50 clients in the Black Friday month alone. And out of that, the percentage of the split between flows and campaigns was pretty much on the same line, which was around 45% from flows and 55 to 60% from campaigns. Now, this is a very, very unique number, because usually what happens in email marketing is flows generate most of the email marketing revenue. Campaigns generate maybe about 20 to 30% of the email revenue. But during Black Friday, this entire logic goes for back. Then campaigns start to generate more revenue. And that's what this session is going to cover, and how to get that campaign revenue work for you this season. So two of our clients. The one is, of course, BlendJet, that you all know about. BlendJet, and they allowed us to share this. BlendJet made about 5 million in the Black Friday month alone last year. And out of that, around 800K or 16% came from email, guys. This is a huge, huge, huge deal for a store that big. And then we have another store that's a much smaller store. They've just started, and they made 75% of their entire Black Friday revenue from email alone. Down below, I've attached a screenshot, and they, if you can see this, they made 71% of their entire revenue, of their entire Black Friday revenue from email alone. So depending on where your store is, the percentage contribution of email can vary. It can go from anywhere between 20%, in BlendJet's case, 16% to even 71%. So yeah, this is why email marketing is as important as it is. And the rest of the session is just going to be about how do your store can do better than it's been doing. And if you've never tried email marketing before, now how about it's right about time that you do. So on that note, I'm going to ask all of the attendees here, how prepared is your store for email marketing this Black Friday season? And let me just see if my, I have a poll ready to make it easier for all of you. Let me just see if it works. Nope, it won't work. So if I can just have some numbers in the chat, if you can tell me, anybody who wants to volunteer, where is your store? Let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being your campaigns are ready to go, you created everything and is just waiting to ship out, to 0 being email marketing, what's that? Where is your store? Would be great to have some of you answer. Okay, so Mia says 5, Serena 4 to 5, Alan 7, great. Michael 3, we do email marketing but no solid plan. 5, 4, 2, 3.5, we have a date outline. All right, great. So we were hoping that you'd be somewhere at this level, because of course, if you are completely ready with a 10, you shouldn't be here. But yes, if you're not, then we are here to tell you how to get there. All right, great. So the average is looking like we are somewhere between 3 to 5, which is good. You know email marketing, you realize it's important, you want to do something, but you're just not quite there yet. All right, so I'm gonna end my part here, and I'm just gonna give the stage to my very, very awesome and talented teammates. So first up, we're going to have Marina, who's a senior account manager, and she's going to talk about what are flows, and what are some of the most basic flows your store needs to have any time of the year, not just Black Friday, but especially Black Friday, and what are some of the optimizations you need to do for your flows. And she's going to take you through some of the campaigns from last year that got the most revenue, or that worked really, really well for our clients. So over to you, Marina.
Yes, thank you, Monica. I'm gonna request control of the presentation. Okay,
you got it.
Yeah, let's start. Of course. Okay, there we go. So there we go. So yeah, thank you for the introduction, Monica. We'll be talking about flows and campaigns, and yeah, obviously focusing mainly on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but also a bit more general to start. So first of all, let's briefly go over flows and what actually are flows. So as you can see on the screen, flows are automated emails that are automatically triggered by either a sort of behavior. For example, I go onto a website, I see a product I like very much, and I add it to my cart. Then for some reason, I'm not convinced to go any further and I just close the site. So by doing this, I will have triggered the added to cart flow, and I will start receiving emails that are related to this behavior. So I'll be shown what items I added to the cart. I will be pushed to buy those items. I will be given probably an offer. So that's basically what I'm talking about when I'm talking about triggered by a behavior. They can also be triggered, for example, by an action. The most common one that we can mention is subscribing to a newsletter emailing list. So for example, let's say I go onto this website, a pop-up shows up, and I subscribe to the list. I will now start receiving emails that will be welcoming me into the store. Lastly, flows can also be triggered by a specific event. So let's say you're collecting your user's birthday. So now you can use that information. You can set up a flow which will be triggered on any user's birthday, and you're going to be sending them an email on that day. You're going to give them a gift or just say hi and just keep your brand at top of mind, but you're going to be there. So, okay, I just wanted to first start there and get us all on the same page about flows and level up our knowledge there. And now that we are on the same page, I'll dive right into more of the information and the tips. And as Monica said, if any questions come up at any point, please just note them down. You can write them on the chat, and then we'll go through them whenever we can, or at the end of the webinar. Why is this moving on itself when I'm not moving it? I'm trying to go back. Monica, could you? No. Before this, there we go. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay. Because yeah, first I want to talk about the basic flows, and the flows that we always recommend all stores to have live. So those are the welcome flow, the browse abandonment flow, the added to cart flow, checkout abandonment flow, and the post-purchase flow. And we'll talk more about these in a second, but for the sake of the order in which these steps should be taken, let's talk about the re-engagement flow first. So why do I say like the order in which this should be done? Why I'm not being able to. Okay, there we go. So why do I say the sake or the order? So basically before Black Friday, Cyber Monday starts, honestly, ideally before November starts, you would set up a re-engagement flow. Why would you do this? Well, because it's easier to convince someone who already knows your brand and has already subscribed in the past to make a purchase than to get a totally new user to make a purchase. So these are really valuable possible customers that you have in your list, and we don't want to lose them. So who will be going through the re-engagement flow? Well, pretty much everybody who you haven't been emailing in the last 6 months, let's say. And also those who haven't been opening emails or being active on the site or engaging with your brand in any sort of way. So the idea will be you create a segment with all of these people, then you set up a flow, and then you'll trigger that flow with this segment, and then you'll back populate it. So you make sure everybody receives it. Here, when you're creating the re-engagement flow, the subject line will be crucial, because you got to remember that these people, they have not shown interest in your brand in a long time. So the subject line will be the first point of contact they will have with your brand in a long time, and you need to get them engaged with that. So it's going to be important maybe to use name tags and call them by their name, or offer them something right along the subject line. Just make sure they're opening that email, they're engaging with your brand again. And yeah, usually we do offer something during re-engagement. For example, an idea here is they can, because you're doing this in October, let's say, you can offer them an extra little something. So it's like, okay, so if you click here, you're going to get an extra $5 off, apart from the Black Friday Cyber Monday offer that we're going to be giving everybody else. So if you click here, you're going to be getting this extra thing, or if you click here, you're going to be getting early access to our Black Friday deal. So we're trying to get them engaged again with their brand. So we're probably going to be offering them something a little bit special. So that once that is done, we've increased the list, and we want to be ready for when Black Friday, Cyber Monday hits. And one really important thing we will need to keep in mind are, the flows. So what I was talking about a minute ago. So essential flows. So if you don't have them set up, then ideally you would set them up. And then if you do have them set up, which I see most of you said you were in like a 5, 7 out of 10. So that's really good. I assume, most flows you already have live. So what we recommend is basically a lot of people go through your flows, and they're really targeted. So flows usually have great conversion rates. So we want to make the most of this. So ideally you would revamp your flows to coincide with the Black Friday Cyber Monday offer. Now I know like maybe redoing the whole flow is too much, and I know it is a lot of work. So what we usually do is just adding a generic banner. So the same one to all of the flows will usually get the job done, if you feel like redoing or rethinking the whole flow is a lot. So now what you're doing by adding this banner with the Black Friday offer to the flows, you're not only showing the person the exact item they were browsing on the site a day ago, which is very, very, you know, on point and usually gets great conversion rates, but you're also telling them now you can also get it at an amazing price. So you're increasing the possibility of people making a purchase through the flows by adding the offer to the flows. So now, okay, so to wrap up, you know, like the flows section, first I wanted to go through, you know, the basic things and the ideals and what usually everybody's doing or what we recommend to do. I wanted to give a little treat, you know, for being on the seminar and just add in something that we tried with a few clients last year and it worked really well. So basically an idea, and basically just hear me out and try to see if this will work for your store, because, you know, not all stores would need this, but it's a great idea to add on your post-purchase flow. So this is a flow that people who just purchased from you will be receiving. So anybody who makes a purchase in Black Friday, you can add a banner saying and giving them a little extra something on Cyber Monday. So you're saying, hey, thank you so much for buying on this time of year. We're really thankful for you. If you know, want to buy on Cyber Monday, we're going to be having great deals. And because you're such a special customer and you're loyal to us and everything, you get an extra 10% off. You get an extra $10, or you get extra free shipping, or whatever you think is profitable for you and you can offer them. So this way, because why do we do this? Because we just want to increase the customer lifetime value. We want to, it's way easier to sell something to somebody who is already convinced to buy from you because they already bought from you, than somebody who isn't yet there. So we want to maximize the potential customer lifetime value. So we want to increase repeated buyers. So by doing this, we're convincing them. Now, I mean, why do I say just check if this makes sense for your brand? Because I mean, if you're selling, let's say, cars, I mean, probably somebody will not buy a car and then 2 days later buy another car just because he gave them 10% off. But I mean, if you're selling, let's say, nutritional supplements or food or clothes, yeah, it would be possible for somebody to make a purchase. And then because you're giving them such a great offer and they feel special and they already like your store and they bought from you before and they trust you. And yeah, 2 days later, you give them a better offer and yeah, they're going to make a purchase again. So yeah, it's very store-based. That's why I'm saying, you know, this could be a real treat if it works for your store in particular. So, okay, closing down on flows, let's get to campaigns. I'm gonna run through some campaigns that worked last year and also some basics that I think should always be present. For example, teasers. I was actually, you know, before starting to plan my Black Friday strategy for my clients, what I did was actually go through what we did for them last year and analyze campaign per campaign and see how it worked, how much revenue it did, you know, open rates, click rates, just how engaged people were by each campaign, and then just kind of see what made sense to do again and what not. So basically teaser campaigns, they're so important in that. What I realized was, you know, last year we sent 3 teaser campaigns for a client, and those teaser campaigns, they made 13K. Like the teasers, they didn't have the offer yet. So people were just, we need to understand that people at this time of year, they are so eager to buy, they are so excited, they are so ready to just spend money. So they're so anxious that if you do a teaser right and you really hype them up, like this is what you're just seeing on the screen. That was a teaser that we sent, and actually it literally said, maybe don't buy today, stock up for tomorrow. And yeah, like we made $13,000 from those campaigns. Like it's funny. So it's also good to know that people are so eager to buy and so ready to spend the money. And so teaser campaigns. So this year I was like, okay, we did 3 teaser campaigns last year. Let's do more. Let's do recents. Let's work this, you know, because we're getting so much more revenue from teasers, because we're not getting a purchase with the discount. We're getting a full priced purchase from teasers. So yeah, that's as a starter. Then I wanted to go into particular campaigns with it. For example, for
Marina,
this
just
client,
Marina, sorry
yeah.
to interrupt you. Do you want to give them like a little, you know, brief on what campaigns are and how they are different from flows? I'm assuming some people here may not know the difference that well.
Absolutely. I mean, flows, as I said before, are automated emails. So they are set up in a way which you don't have to, it's just a one-time setup. So you set up the flow, you set up a trigger. So a trigger is when you decide what will make people go into this flow. A flow is a set of emails. So if I, like I mentioned, I add something to my cart and then I leave the site and don't buy, I will start receiving emails saying, hey, we saw you added this to your cart. Are you not sure yet? And I'll be convinced by the brand by a series of emails that are already prepared, and everybody receives those emails after they do this thing, the thing that triggers the flow. Now, campaigns are not one-time setups. You have to set up every time, and just they're the emails you may receive on your, and if you're subscribed to some brands like newsletters or a promotion or a product showcase or a product launch, just different, that are not based on any action that you took other than subscribing to their newsletter and just being an active user, and they're just emailing you about stuff. So that's the difference, basically. Yeah, so this is an example I took from a client that it did really well. And I thought the idea was so well thought out. So basically, if you're a store that basically you sell something that it wouldn't make sense for somebody to buy in bulk, or like in bundles, or buy a lot of because it expires, or because let's go again with like the nutritional supplements or this store that sells food. It wouldn't make sense for somebody to buy like $1,000 worth of something if it's going to expire. So what they were doing is an option to buy now, so make the most of our offer, but you can decide when you get it. So that was a great way to maximize sales during that time, because people then, they were convinced of buying as much as they could, because they knew they would never get an offer like this in the rest of the year. So they could buy as much as they wanted, and they could just choose when they would get the shipment. So that was great. That worked great. It was a great strategy and angle for those campaigns, and it really increased sales to the max. So if you've got consumable products in your store, this is a very big recommendation we're going to be making. Like it's really good to let people decide when they can get it. So moving on.
Marina, sorry, Mia actually asked a really good question. She's asking, how far in advance would you send the teaser campaigns ahead of Black Friday?
Okay, so that will depend on if you're doing an early bird sale or not. For example, I have this one client in my mind very present right now, because I just finished their strategy for this year and I sent it to them, and I just had a call with them about it. So so basically we're starting early birds on I think it was around like the 15th, we're starting the early birds. So yeah, so we're starting on the 15th, because like last year we started a bit later than that, and early birds sold so much that we're like, okay, let's just squeeze this, let's just make the most of it. So we're starting early birds on the 15th of November, and we're giving the early birds quite some time to buy before, but then we're going to be opening Black Friday for the general public on the 23rd, I believe. Just kind of, yeah, on the 23rd. So yeah, we're doing this because we want to get ahead of other brands and kind of, make sure they buy from us. And then when they get the offer from somebody else, they already bought from us. So it's okay, too late, would beat you to it. So yeah, the teasers will depend on when you're starting everything. So I would say the week before you're launching, either early birds, or if you're not doing early birds, just general Black Friday, a week of teasers is just very important. Just get them hyped up, get them opening emails, get them knowing that you're going to be offering Black Friday deals and you're going to be having some great prices. Just look out, beware, and look out for your emails and be opening your emails. And next week we're starting, just, it's really important for them to know. So yep, let's go to the next slide. Here. Okay, so this just so important. I mean, it seems so basic and so like something that everybody knows, but I just could not mention this. Banners are just so important. Like, people are going to be opening your mail and it's the first thing they are going to see. And it's so important that on their phone, because most of them are going to be opening them from the phone, like they don't need to scroll down to see the offer or see the click, the button or the call to action. It's important that on their screen, they can see everything. They can see the offer, they can click on the button to go to the site, and they can be convinced, like color, gifts, just whatever you can do to get their attention and get them hyped up. So yeah, I thought this was a great example from Blendjet. So the day the offers were Black Friday was starting, this was the first email that was sent. It was like, snap all your faves before they sell out. So that's really short, you're getting them the fear of missing out. You're also using way a lot of color, gifts, and you're putting everything out there. So that was a great banner, I think, from Blendjet. So I wanted to make it stand out, and also to mark my point of really don't underestimate banners. They are, your moment to sell, really. So I think that is all from my side. I will now leave the word to Leo.
Yeah, before Leo comes on, I just want to thank you, Marina. That was really useful. So that was all about flows and campaigns. Now you know a little bit about the difference and when to send what. But now somebody asked a question, when is a good time to send a campaign? So Leo here is going to do just that. He's right now, we have around 45 days left for Black Friday. Black Friday is on November 26th this year. And he's going to tell you when is a good time to do what. So already there's time, if you're in e-commerce stores, it's already time to start doing some things. And I'll just leave it to Leo to tell you what to do a month, a week, a day before Black Friday. Leo, of course, is an account manager and an excellent one at that, getting great results for some of the clients like Moves, Indestructible Shoes, Ranger Point Store. So yeah, just hear it from them. Hi, Leo, go on.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well today and are still energized after the great beginning from Monica and Marina. So, as Monica said, my name is Leonardo. I'm working as an account manager for Hustler Marketing, and I've been doing so for the past 3 years, which will make this my third Black Friday since joining the agency, which is quite a lot. So, yeah, I'm really excited to be co-hosting this call alongside my colleagues. Yeah, as Monica mentioned, the topic that I'll be covering today is what to do a month, a week, and a day before Black Friday. And I'll be doing so a little bit more on a technical level, because yeah, like Marina has covered a lot of great things before, and then so then Susanna, Danny, and Lucia will cover more other parts of BFCM strategy. So first of all, let me just see if I can get the controls for the presentation. Otherwise, Monica, I think you can, because I don't really think this is working that well, or at least it has some delay. So Monica, if you can, yeah, perfect. So awesome. No, let's go to the one before.
Yep. Good.
Perfect. So 1 month before. All right. So here is where you want to plan your approach to Black Friday, Cyber Monday period, right? Ideally, by this time, you already want to have some of the strategy laid out so that you can move on to these topics that I will address here. So first things, you want to work on your segmentation, right? And very briefly, what is a segment? A segment is this thing that you can play around with Klaviyo or other email marketing providers that you might use, that will allow you to play with some settings that will allow you to put or take people out from segments inside of Klaviyo. And these could include behavioral stuff. So like if people are active on the website, if they placed an order recently, if they've been opening your emails. So it can track a lot of different levels of engagement, right? So what do you want to do in regards to segmentation? So you'll want to segment your list based on different levels of engagement, order counts, high potential customers, and some other metrics, and then apply your communication strategy for Black Friday to these different segments based on their, again, engagement level or how hot they are as a customers, right? So you really want to have that set up and have your list well segmented. Right after that, as Marina mentioned, you can have a re-engagement flow set up, and we do recommend that you always have this in place But something else that you can do is create a segment that will track all of your unengaged customers, and then you'll want to split it into smaller sample sizes, and then you'll want to proceed to start including these smaller unengaged segments in your regular campaign sendings. This will ensure that you will maintain somewhat healthy open rates right before Black Friday, while still engaging some unengaged customers while doing so. Another thing, and that Marina also quite well touched base on, is testing your pop-ups, updating your homepage, and updating your flows so that they are congruent with your Black Friday, Cyber Monday strategy. So you'll want to make sure that all of your colors are matching Black Friday themes. You'll want to make sure that the pop-up offers, the cart abandoned offers, the post-purchase flow offers, you want to make sure that those are all in line with your Black Friday strategy, because otherwise it will just be very inconsistent and will bring a bad image to your brand. Monica, can you move on to the next slide, please? Okay, so awesome. So 15 days before, one thing that you'll want to do after all of your re-engagement efforts is you'll want to build back your email reputation. So you'll want to take down a notch your re-engagement efforts, and right 15 days before the BFCM period is the time to send your campaigns to your most engaged audience and normalize any damaged reputation that you might have gotten from the weeks prior to this, so that you can build back a very strong reputation right before Black Friday, so that you maximize the number of openers during that period, right? So another thing that you want to do, and I speak here from my personal experience, is you'll want to maximize your available time, not only yours, but also of your creators if you have them. So maximize their available time for any urgent edits that can occur during the Black Friday, Cyber Monday period, right? So this time of the year is very chaotic, can be very chaotic. It's the busiest time of the year for marketers. So you'll definitely want to have some extra working power available to make any urgent edits, so that everything gets sent right in time to your list. So another thing that I have here right below is considering building a dedicated promotional flow for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. This is for everyone that has some issues, or even if you don't really have issues building campaigns, like if you just want to sit a bit more on the sides and you want to save some time, you can build up promotional flows for Black Friday, where you can have all of your conditional splits in place. And for instance, you can exclude buyers and openers from the email timeline if that's in accordance to your strategy. So a promotional flow will kind of do all of that for yourself, right? So yeah, 15 days before that, also kind of have the structure in place, and ideally, as I mentioned before, also have all of the creatives there in place. So Monica, if you can move on to the next slide so that we can speak about what to do 1 week before. So yeah, perfect. 1 week before. Okay, so here at this time, you'll want to make sure that your website is up to speed, right? So we've had issues, we've had clients as well that had their website crashing at several times, not just Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So you really want to make sure that, hey, like your website is up to speed. Like for instance, I have this nice statistic here, like a 1 second delay in page load time yields around 7% loss in conversion rate. And this is not a small number, and especially during BFCM period, where, as Monica mentioned in the beginning of this call, that like this period is very big for e-commerce. So you definitely don't want to have a 7% loss in conversion rate during this period. So really try to have your website optimized for speed. And if you don't have any web developer, maybe now would also be a good time to invest some money into having your website up to speed. Also something here, like try to also increase your server capacity, since as I mentioned before, you don't want your website crashing and you want to host as much people as possible, right? Okay, so before on the 15 days, I did mention having all of your creatives ready. And 1 week before, really make sure that everything is triple checked. Make sure that all of the properties are set in place properly. All the discounts are working accordingly as well. There's no typos on the emails. All the designs are in accordance, right? So triple check everything. Make sure all the messages are in accordance to each other and to your sale and strategy, and you should be good to go. Okay, so moving forward to 1 day before, and here I'll just speak about this topic that Marina was just addressing right at the end of her presentation, and I'm also sure Susanna will speak a little bit more about early birds. So here, again, as mentioned before, when you open your early bird sale will really depend on your strategy, right? But definitely 1 day before Black Friday, you'll either because there's also Thanksgiving before Black Friday, right? So you'll want to do Thanksgiving emails, but definitely do reward your early bird customers, the customers that sign up for your early birds, because those will be the most engaged customers, and those will be the ones that you really want to reward for having this level of engagement with your store, right? So here I have this tip. Also consider giving them an extra incentive. I promise you that these customers will most likely come back for next Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So yeah, that's kind of it from my side. Hopefully I was able to bring some light into these topics in regards to BFCM. Please be sure to leave your questions in the Q&A section right below in this Zoom call. I'll be glad to answer. And yeah, now passing the word to Monica or Susanna, and we can proceed with the presentation. Thank you.
Hi, thank you so much, Leo. Okay, that was a goldmine of information. Of course, these are standard practices, but there is no harm in being even more prepared even before that. I think we have some brands that start sending out their Black Friday teasers or early bird access as soon as maybe even 45 days before. So it just all boils down to your individual preferences and how much you want to get ahead of the game. But of course, there are some times that you can't be later than that, and I think we are talking about those. All right, so thank you so much, Leo. And with that, we will move on to Susanna, who is going to talk about some best practices, and she's one of the she's one of the most seasoned account managers, and she knows a lot about the best practices, and she's been around with us for this is her second Black Friday, so I'm sure she's gonna have like a nifty tip or two up her sleeve. So all yours, Susanna.
Thank you, Monica. Welcome, everyone. I'm going to request the a remote control. And in the meantime, I see that Serena asked a question. So the early access, is this to people that subscribed for getting early access or to everyone? That actually can be your own choice. A lot of people tend to do early birds and collect the list that will receive special benefits, and we'll talk about it actually in one of my slides. But if you do want to, you can also do a fake early access and really just send it to your entire list, especially if your list is very engaged and you know that they're going to open, they're interested in this early access, but really what you're giving them is the regular, maybe a better offer compared to the store-wide, which is only for emails and your email audience, but you don't have to necessarily build a real early bird list if you don't want to. You could also just make a pretend one and just really send the early access to everybody. So it's really up to you. So just to show you what I'm going to go through today, and let me see if I can go into the, flow related optimization. This, I think there's a wrong title, but the actual title and what I'm going to talk about today is actually some tips. There are plenty of tips and strategies that I could run you through, but for the sake of time, I decided to divide it between basics and more interesting ideas, so that those who are more sort of beginners, they can still get something some things that are actionable, and those who are already a little bit more seasoned and they want to try something new, then they'll also get a few nifty ideas. So the basics will cover the early bird and VIP offer, tier discounts, increasing FOMO, fear of missing out. And then some of the nifty ideas will be some price drop updates, surprises, and then controversial angles. So if we start with the basics, we have a super early bird offer. So this is something that already Marina and Leo explained, but this is like, we cannot stress this enough. It's really, like I was telling Serena, it's not really about the early access or whatever. It's really about the hype. You just want to get them excited. These people have been waiting all year. A lot of them have maybe never purchased from your store and they're just waiting for the best sale. So they're very likely to subscribe. And I suggest that you do this, of course, by giving early access itself, but you can also give extra discounts and perks or free gifts with their order. And then the other option, which is my biggest suggestion, is that if you're thinking of having a product launch or a new product that's coming into your store, use the early bird list for that, because you can give them a pre-sale and they can have access to it before everybody else. And that's so exclusive and makes them feel very, very excited and privileged. And at the same time, you could also let them know that this new product, you might have a limited quantity in stock. So that's a really great selling point. For the next point, we have, let me see okay, here we go. Increased FOMO. So this presentation has a mind of its own today. Let me see. Everybody is having a little bit of struggle with the presentation today. I can still cover a little bit of the second point, which is, this is the third one, increase FOMO. So there are different ways, here we go. There are different ways to increase the fear of missing out. And some of our favorites are to make sure that you constantly send out of stock items updates or lost stock updates. So these don't have to be real. Nobody is going to come into your Shopify or whatever e-commerce platform to check your actual stock. But if you have some items, especially that you want to get rid of, that have been maybe a bit of a like slow sellers, then maybe you can send some updates to your audience, letting them know that you only have a few in stock and they should, take advantage now. The countdown timer is something that I would imagine a lot of you have tried before, and it's really a must-have for this season. A lot of people will say, especially people in marketing, we just know it's a countdown. Sometimes it's not real, but it just works. I don't know why. It really pushes them. It stresses them out. Put a countdown timer. It takes 2 seconds to set up, and it always increases your sale. So just really, it's something that you don't want to miss. The last thing that's really, really important is your shipping deadlines. This is your best asset for this season. People are trying to buy for Christmas, for their parents, family, children, friends, and this is the last chance they get to get a good deal and they're present on time. So just make sure to send as many shipping deadlines updates as you can, especially if you are maybe drop shipping, it would take a little bit longer, and try to send them frequently, not just one time as a reminder, multiple reminders, both for regular shipping, premium shipping, like faster shipping, international, domestic, everything you can, just to let them know. These emails also tend to look very transactional, so people open them more and they just get very excited and they're like, okay, I need to go on the website. This is my last chance to get that present that I wanted. If we move on, hoping that the presentation lets me do this. Let's see. Here we go. It's a little slower. We have a tier discount. This is something that you guys, I don't know, actually, it would be good for you to write in the chat if you've ever done tier discounts, if they've worked well for your business, if you've seen any difference between just giving a regular percentage off as opposed to different options. And I would say a tier discount for me is something that you definitely want to test out for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Like I said just earlier, a lot of people are waiting the whole year for the best deal. And my cat, of course, needs to make an appearance, so bear with me. I think it's important to give different options to your audience so that if they want to buy just one product, they still can get a good deal, but you also can encourage them to buy more. A good rule to follow is like the fast food rule. So you will have a smaller plan, a medium plan, and a large plan. And if you try to put your medium offer closer to the large one, so for example, 25 to 30% off, it will make the 30% off looks like a much better deal. So you will encourage them subconsciously to choose the max spend with a better discount. This is also great for consumables. So if you have a business with supplements or things that you have to buy more stock of, like cosmetics and things like that, it encourages them to buy in bulk, to buy more now rather than later at a better price. So like buy 2 get 1 free, buy 3 get 2 free, etc., etc. Now, if we move on to the next slide, which is the nifty ideas, we have the first one, which is, let's hope, there we go, the price drop updates and happy hours. This is similar to the low stock, but I think it's much better because you're training your audience, especially before Black Friday even starts, to open your emails at a certain time of the day. You could select a certain period of time, like 1 or 2 hours, very short term, in which you can have an additional discount to your product, one product or store-wide or whatever you want to select. And you could even call them, happy hours, in which they can just, receive this email and they know that between 1 and 2 p.m., this product has an extra discount compared to the regular sale. So it'll push them to buy more and buy right there and then. The next point that we have here we go. We have the surprise discount. This could be surprise discount or surprise product. Actually, the main thing is that you want to, the whole point of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, to spice it up, is that you want to really trigger that curiosity. So you can use a surprise discount and just have a funny GIF like this one, where they won't know what they will get until they get to the checkout. And the other option is to just have a product that's been blurred and they have to click on it. So whether they then convert or not, you're still taking them one step forward to the checkout, right? Because they will have to find out what the discount is. And that's much better than just having them open the email and then close it and move on. So this is definitely a must do if you want to spice things up and make your audience more engaged and train them to open more and click more. Last but not least, a little bit more controversial. This is really up to you which stand you want to take on Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I would imagine a lot of you that have come here plan to do a Black Friday, Cyber Monday offer, but it's not necessary. You could also decide not to do it at all, to do maybe a customer appreciation month and just leave Black Friday for the other businesses, just be a little bit edgy or quirky and different. The other option is, like Marina was showing, to tell them to not shop the weekend before, the weekend prior the sale starts. That way, most of the times they will actually place the order right there and then, like I say, to just get excited. But that way you're kind of telling them, hey, the sale is coming, like just save your money for the next couple of days. And then the other thing is also, if you have a charity that you normally work with, or you're planning to work with one, thanks, Luke. I would suggest that you use that as your selling point. Purpose over profits. Charity, everybody likes to have a good deal and also do something good, bring something good in the world. So I really strongly suggest that you use that as your selling point this Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and also end it in a nice positive note. That is pretty much it for my presentation. So I'll pass it back on to Monica. But yes, if you do have any particular questions, please leave them in the chat, especially because every store is different and you might have some specifics that you want to ask. So please just drop them there and we will all review them at the end of the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Susanna. Now it's, all that we do for our own clients is suddenly making sense why we do what we do. So all of you are attending. I hope you're still with us. Stay on. We still have, the design best practices and some technical do's and don'ts coming up. And we also have a very special offer for all the attendees of this call. If you think like this is too much to wrap your head around and you'd rather have like somebody else do it for you, don't worry, we got you covered, but you got to wait till the end of the presentation to come to that part. And without further ado, I'm going to pass on the stage to Dani. Dani is, of course, the star designer of Hustler Marketing. She's behind most of the cool email templates that you see here, including this presentation. And she's the head of design right now. So I'm just going to let her tell you how to design your best ever looking email templates for the season. So Dani, over to you. Oops, sorry.
Hi guys. So I'm a little nervous about this because I know the presentation has been giving issues to everyone, but I will try to keep it under control. So I'm Dani. I'm Design Huddle Lead. Actually, we have a big team of great designers in Hustler Marketing. So some of the things you see, I've done myself. Some of the things you will see are done by the amazing team of designers that we have. So let me see if this works with me. Okay, so first thing, I'm gonna give you 7 tips that are like the most fundamental things that I think are amazing for the design of your emails for this season and in general actually, but specifically for this season. So first thing that I will suggest is experimenting with color. First of all, design is a great way to translate your emails into big money. So design is the first thing that people see with when they open your email. So you can have great copy attached to it, but colors and everything that people see is the first thing that they're going to absorb from your promotions and from your product itself. So experimenting with color during Black Friday is a great way to catch the attention of the clients. As you will see here, if you take a fast look at it, you will see black designs all over the place. It's the easy way to go. And actually, for some of our brands, we suggest going with the black theme. But if your store has, like if you have the opportunity or if you can like think outside of the box a little bit and have this freedom for your brand, I would suggest always going with color. People are going to be opening a bunch of emails which are going to be black and dark shades. So if you add a little neon maybe or a little black, a little contrast to this black that you have from this season, it's going to be a great way to catch the attention. So that's the first tip and probably the most important that I can give you right now. So the other one, and it's actually something that has been mentioned before by Susanna, is using countdown timers. For some reason, yes, as she mentioned, for some reason, people, when they see timers, they get like this sensation of pressure to buy, or they feel like time is running out, and also fear of missing out is right now like what the marketing world revolves of. So people don't want to be left behind, or they don't want to be outside these great promotions or these great dynamics that you're going to be selling in your Black Friday and Cyber Monday campaigns. So adding a timer, sometimes we have them at the end of the email, so they have to scroll down the whole thing and they will see the timer that would be like a nice last push to buy. Or sometimes we have them in the banner, so that's the first thing they see, and then when they scroll throughout the whole email, they will already have this sense of pressure to buy your product. So this is a great way to get to the fear of missing out thing going on. Okay, so also another great way is to use interesting ways to rebuild discounts. You will see 2 great examples here. One of them is the scratch, like the torn page, which could also be seen as a scratch card here in the red design. This gives a sense of mystery or exclusivity. So you will, for example, this one is for exclusive access to some discounts. So you will get this VIP illusion on the people that will see your email. So they think that they are the only ones seeing this discount in your design. The other ones are blurred images. So you won't see the discount at first sight, and then when you scroll down the email, you will see eventually in the design you will see the discount clear, and you will like have to go through the whole thing to like reveal this mystery discount that you have. The fourth tip that I will give you is showcasing your product in a fun and interesting way. Selling it will be like make them be hyped up, as Marina mentioned this before, and I can stress this enough. When people are hyped up, we work with emotions. So if you are like, if they push you to buy through a really good design, people is going to be as excited as buying as you are selling your product. So these are three great examples. Using the colors here, the lightning, you can make also really good GIFs that make like catch the attention and get you like excited about the sale that you're going for. Adding some confetti, maybe like get people excited, add some like festive elements if you're going for it. So yeah, working with emotions is the best way to go, and design is like the perfect example of how we can do that. Also, another one that can go with the teaser campaigns that Marina mentioned before is creating expectations. So here we have two great examples of it. One of them is making people mark their calendars so they know when the sale is coming, so they can be like aware of the emails that are coming for that day and they can open them and buy something. And something else is like not revealing the product or the sale like straight away, so you get people like interested in what's going on without giving them the actual discount straight away. The sixth one is highlighting the sale. We don't want to make people like think too much about it, or like having to find the discount between all the text and all the elements that you have in an email. So having the sale display like the biggest font in the whole design and maybe the brightest one, or maybe as the third example here, like having it repeated would be a great way to like make things clear, like this is what we're offering you, like take it or leave it. It's displayed straight away. And last but not least, transmit excitement and have fun. If you're having fun selling your product, people is going to have fun buying it and seeing your emails, and they're going to be excited when they open them because they're not going to know what's expected from them. So that's the greatest of all tips. Have fun. And I know it's a stressful season and everything, but try to like ease it out with, you know, having fun and showing it to your clients. And that's it from my part.
Thank you so much, Danny. And trust me, guys, whatever Danny said here, I hope you were listening, because design is one of our strong suits in hustler marketing. If you see our, most of our clients just give us rave reviews about the design. And if you want more design inspiration and you want to see some of the philosophy that goes behind our own emails, can I request all of you to take a minute during this presentation right now and go check out our website and go to the email section. We have a email hall of fame where we put up some of the best campaigns and flows emails that we've done. And we also put an email of the week on our Instagram, and we talk about why that email was designed the way it was and what was special about it. So please take a minute's break and go check out our Instagram and also our website if you like more email design ideas. All right, how are we doing? Do we have any questions so far? Danny, Lucia, Susanna, do you want to look at the questions and see if we can?
There's one question from Michael about basically how to kind of pick up on Q1, but I'm just waiting to see what the niche exactly is so I can kind of give a more tailored advice. But for everybody, just as a disclaimer, Q1 will be slow. Q1 is always going to be slow for everybody. It's normal. I suggest you actually use Q1 to kind of make a plan of what you want to do for the new year, like kind of like structure, maybe give yourself a bit of structure about this business. So what are your goals and your targets? Because Q1 will always be quite slow. Now that you're telling me supplements, I think it's great because, you know, New Year's resolution, everybody wants to get healthier. Everybody wants to get more fit in the new year. Something that you could do is you could start now. We've done this before where we actually gave, you can offer very small, I don't know, few dollars coupons that you can give now, and then you can tell them, but you can only use them in the new year. So that's something you can do, and then send them a reminder in January telling them, hey, how's your health journey going? But in general, I would say for January, February, I would focus, especially January, I would focus more on your newsletter content, just educating them about the product. With supplements, there are so many different kinds, right? So many different things that they might be interested in. You could work on segmentation, segment your audience based on what they normally buy, that they buy more often, and then you can send them tailored emails about that one product and check if they need to stock up again for the new year, to just continue, like I say, their health journey. I don't know if this helps. I think maybe, I don't know if there's anybody else that has a few suggestions that you would like to add, if I'm missing anything. Let me see if there's anything else here.
Serena is asking, what is the most common discount percentage for the beauty sector or cosmetics?
That's kind of tricky. I don't think I have specific numbers for that. You guys, I don't think I have specific numbers, but yeah, Marina?
I would just say the amount where you're still profitable, and yeah, it sounds good, because if you say 5% off, it doesn't really sound very discounty or Black Friday-y, but as long as you're still profitable, and because sometimes, like saying percentage, if you're saying 5%, that's all you can do, but it doesn't sound really good, then try another way, like maybe saying $10 off or $15 off, or the equal of that 5%, but in terms of dollars, that can maybe get them there.
Yeah. Also, actually, there's something really cool that I've seen. I shop a lot of cosmetics, unfortunately. It's my passion. And I think last year, one of the best offers I've seen was that every day, one different product was on sale. And they sent the calendar of which product would be on sale on which day. And, you either take it or leave it. And if you don't get it now, this is the only day that is going to be on sale. So that's something you could try out. And that way you can also decide how much you want to discount each product instead of giving a store-wide percentage based on your margins. But that works really well because a lot of people tend to have already in mind what they want to buy. So they might wait for that specific day to purchase it. And Leo also talks about dollar value discount or percentage discount, BOGO, free gift. There are so many different offers that you can test out. You could even, I suggest, A/B test them now to kind of see, well, if you're ready with us, then we normally do these tests just to see what the audience reacts best to. But if you're on your own, then I also suggest right now is the best time to test out what you think, or to look into the past year, what you think they would react best to and they like the most. I hope that answers the question.
Also,
and
sorry, were you going to say something else?
No.
Okay, no, I just want to say that Luke added a question that says, advice on about avoid really pissing off customers by offering a close-in discount or a post-purchase discount. Example, I find it very troubling offering a better offer to someone who, but yeah, of course, we don't like usually on the post-purchase first email, we're not going to be like, oh, thanks for buying, here's 10% off, or here's a better deal than the one you got. But what we usually sometimes do on post-purchase flows is we don't remove the person from the flow for a really long time. So for maybe after the last email was sent and we already know they received the product, we can ask them to leave a review, and then if they do that, we can send them a gift or a discount, or then the first email after 30 days or 45 days since they bought, we can offer them, like something, like, oh, hey, because you bought this so long ago, would you like to buy again from us? Here's 10% off, or whatever you want to give them, but not right away after they bought. No, that's pretty annoying, honestly. And we'll just get them to cancel the order and use your promo discount. Yeah.
Also, a little insider tip. If you you don't have to give them the discount right away as a reward for their purchase. But if you decide to do so, the angle could be that they can either use it themselves whenever they want and send them a reminder, in a month or so just to check, or they can forward the email to a friend. Forwarding emails to other people that are not in your list is amazing for your deliverability. Any sort of like replying, forwarding, anything that looks like a real interaction between human beings and not business to customer will just be great for your open rates later on, because your email will have more chances to land in the primary inbox as opposed to promotion or spam. Thank you.
All right.
I think we're done.
Yeah, I guess we can take more questions, and we are, at the fag end of the presentation. So next up, really important, of course, as important as strategy, design, and the best practices, being technically strong is also really important, because you're working with the system. Most of you are likely working with Klaviyo, even if you're working with other ESPs like MailChimp and ActiveSend or whatever. Some tips are universal across all email platforms. So the next section we're gonna cover is technical do's and don'ts, to make sure that you don't, your campaigns and your flows are as technically strong as possible, because even slight mistakes in your technique, in your setup can cause a lot of loss, can cause embarrassment. So Lucia, who's a Klaviyo expert with us, and also a bit of a Klaviyo and general email marketing ninja, is going to cover this part. So I'm going to give it to Lucia. Hey, Lucia, go on.
Thank you, Monica. So yeah, I think I have the remote control already. So I'm gonna keep it very simple, just because I guess that you're already like bombarded with a lot of information. I don't know how you're doing. If you maybe want to share from a scale of 1 to 10 how you're feeling, if you're a little bit overwhelmed, if you're fine, if you want to go on. But yeah, we're just in the finishing part of the. Oh, cool. Thanks, Leo. So we're in the finishing part of the presentation. I try to keep it very simple as regards, technical parts of Klaviyo and of email in general. But if you have any questions, just feel free to pop up. So I'm trying to go to the next slide, and I cannot. Okay, there you go. So first of all, this is gonna seem like pretty simple and basic, but we are sending a lot of emails during this time. We're sending a lot of campaigns, and sometimes it can get, maybe you're sending even 2 emails per day, or I don't know, 5, 6 emails per week. And if it's not just you controlling the Klaviyo account or any ESP, you might want to establish a naming system. So what we generally do for emails in the agency is we put first the date where it's supposed to come to be published, to be sent out. Then the name of the campaign, you always want to, name the campaign. Maybe you want to put, I don't know, desk organization tips, or buy one, get one free offer for Friday nights, or whatever the theme is. And then the segmentation that you will be doing in that particular campaign. So that can be very helpful just to organize, and then to report, you want to maybe establish some kind of nomenclature in order to make it better. Then, I don't know what's happening there. Set an expiration date and use limits for discount codes. So this is how it looks on Shopify. You always want to, and especially for this time, if you're offering, I don't know, like a 40% off, or buy one, get one free, very aggressive discounts, you want to make sure that that discount can only be used once for each customer, if that's what you want to do. If you want to, if you want them to use it more, then you can, but I would advise against it. And then set an ending date. So remember to, maybe put the ending date a couple of hours after Black Friday is gone, or if you're going to extend it, remember to put the ending date a little bit further. But just always remember, because people will try to use it afterwards. People will try to, get an extra discount. So just, try to put an ending date. So I'm trying to, maybe Monica, you wanna, okay, good. Then check the snippets. So in order to install, and I'm going to get a little bit more technical, please bear with me. In order to install and have up and running certain flows, such as the add to cart flow, the browse abandon flow, you have to put some snippets into the code of Shopify or of Magento or whatever. And sometimes if you change the theme or something happens, you install an app or whatever, those snippets may be, you know, altered and they may not be working correctly. So during this time where there's a lot of traffic going on, there's a lot of things, there's a lot of changes. So you want to check those, you know, weekly or daily, just to make sure that they're working. And yeah, just to make sure that all the flows that have to be triggered are properly triggered. And I would also add to this that you check the integrations as well. So if you're working with other, you know, external apps, you want to check daily that they're working correctly. Okay. Then personalized emails. So that's, you know, something that is super basic, but so many brands are missing on it, and it's, you know, so simple. It's different to put in a subject line the name of the person receiving the email, rather than not putting anything. So just remember to do that. And we also have an example here. This is for a flow, but when a person, for example, is browsing a specific product, what you can do is you can get the name of that product and put it in the subject line of the flow. So you can see here sort of like how the subject line goes, like, I agree, this product is a great choice, or we love that product too, or whatever. And you can also play along with tags. You can, I don't know, put a poll into an email and say, which color do you like better, red or blue? And then for the people that voted for red, you can sort of like put a tag on them, a dynamic tag in Klaviyo, and you can send them afterwards a specific email for those people with the red product, for example. And this, you know, it's so, you can do so many things with this. So yeah, just play around with those tags and with personalization. It's super fun. Then this, Leo just went over it, but it's a good reminder. Always put links on every part of the email. We work a lot with image-based, as you saw in Dennis' part of the presentation. We work with a lot of image-based templates because it's, you know, what catches the attention of the customer. But always remember to link all of those images and make sure that the links are working. There are a lot of ways to test that. And yeah, for example, for Shopify, if you put a discount within a link, you might want to make sure that the discount is being applied automatically, just because you want to, you know, save as much time as possible for the customer. Then remember to A/B test. Again, this is super, you know, we do it all the time in the agency. It's sort of like and it's sort of like the base of marketing, you know, you want to test what works and what doesn't. So don't be afraid to test different subject lines, but also different images, different lengths of copy. Yeah, just make sure different CTAs, different buttons. Just don't be afraid to select a small number of your list and try the 2 emails out with these things. And yeah, see whoever is the winner and then send to the rest of the list. That's going to help a lot. Then some of the don'ts. Don't buy an email list. Please don't do this. This is only going to hurt your reputation and your account, and that may lead to Klaviyo permanently banning your account. So if you're not, you know, being honest with how you get your emails, that may have you know, very important consequence in the future. Then don't overwhelm your users with emails. I know that this is a time where, you know, you want to be sending a lot of emails all the time just because you want people to buy from you, but make sure that every email counts. Make sure that you're sending every email with a specific objective and with, you know, a specific tone, not just blasting emails saying buy, because, you know, they're not going to do it. How many emails are too many emails? So it really depends on your niche, and it really depends on your list size. But I would advise, you know, I think that during this time, it may be good to send one email per day. But then again, it really depends on, you know, how your list is going and what you're selling and what your offer is. Don't send emails that you haven't planned. Sometimes when when you're in the midst of everything, you might want to create a new promotion or create a new email, and you want to have that ready beforehand and proofread and everything. Because yeah, that just if you send something that you haven't planned, then odds are that you're going to be nervous, you're going to be under a lot of stress. So the ending product is not going to be as great as if you had planned it before. And then, yeah, this is sort of like attached to the third point, but don't send a campaign that you haven't proofread. And here you have an email which has a lot of typos. How many typos can you spot, like just on the top of, you know, just so to when you're seeing it, how many typos can you spot in this email? Some are easy, some aren't. But yeah, you have 5 typos in this email. So bag instead of big, then memories is misspelled. But then you have some little points as well, like isn't and it's, they're missing the apostrophe. This is super important, especially if you're not an English native speaker and you are catering to the US market. It really makes a difference. You know, it really doesn't seem as authentic when you're having typos, and then you're missing the full stop on one of the sentences. These are details, but you know they're really important if you're trying to build a cool, successful brand with strong personality. And then I'm trying to go to the other point there. And lastly, don't ever send a campaign without testing how it looks on different devices first. You know, you may have an Android and you might want to look how it looks on iPhone, how it looks on a tablet, how it looks on desktop, and how it looks on different models of those devices. We have a lot of apps that we use in order to see this. And also don't forget to test how it looks on dark mode. This is something that people are missing. I see emails every day from you know some stores that don't work with us that are not optimizing emails for dark mode, and it's such a shame because a lot of people are using dark mode right now. I use it, lots of people use it, so just make sure that every email that you do is optimized for black mode. And yeah, that's about it. So back to you, Monica.
Yep, thank you so much, Lucia, for those little details, but really, really important details. I think technical strength is one of the hallmarks of a great brand that does email marketing right. And I think that's one thing at least we pride ourselves a lot on, because we have, along with all the account managers and designers, we have a whole team of Klaviyo experts to make sure that emails are as error-free as possible. I think last year, Black Friday, our error rate was less than 0.5%, if I'm not wrong. There was literally 0 errors from our side, or maybe like 1 out of 50 emails had 1 error or something. So yeah, crazy stats there. But of course, now you know how much planning and how much pre-work goes into making sure that those emails that look so simple, actually there's so much work that goes behind them. All right, so how are we doing on time? We have around 8 minutes for, actually 5 minutes for this presentation to go. But if we have more questions, we can totally stretch. We don't mind stretching for around 5 to 10 minutes. Meanwhile, let me see if the polls have started working or Zoom is acting up. Nope. All right. Does anybody else want to see if the polls are working? I've created a couple of polls, but they're not working if I click on them. Anyway, so with that, we're done with the tips and the best practices that we want to share with you guys. And now I'm sure some of you are wondering that all of this looks like a lot of work and you don't have the resources, or you just can't, at this point, you just don't have the bandwidth to exactly do all of that. So the good part is that we are here to help. We are offering a limited offer for campaigns for just this period. We are offering a package of 12 campaigns for just $9.99. This usually costs upwards of 2,000, but right now we are offering just for $9.99, and this will include 12 campaigns, and we'll do all the strategy, the planning, the design, the copy and execution, along with all the technical stuff, along with a report post Black Friday. This is a completely no strings attached. You can buy this as a one-time package, and we're not gonna hound you to take anything else, or like sign us up as your agency or whatever. Think of us as your extra helping hands. So if anybody is interested in this offer, I will be sending a follow-up email after this, and this is just like a short video we made for that. So this offer is only valid for another 18 days till November 1st, because we want to make sure we don't take on more clients than we can handle. And we also want to make sure that we give each client enough time to do all the prep for. So we will not be accepting any more after November 1st, because we want to make sure that we use those 26 days to do a very good job of the campaigns. So if you'd like us to help you out, let me know, or you can let us know your interest in the chat. Even if not, that's okay. If you'd like to get on a call and get an audit done for your email marketing, then book a call with our sales team, our growth experts. They'll be able to tell you what's missing in your store and what you can do better. And of course, if you'd like us to, come on board as your email marketing agency, we're also we're very happy to help there. So go to our website, www.hustlermarketing.com, and you can click on book a call. Black Friday is really, really busy for us. I think another 15 to 20 days later, we may not be able to accept a lot of stores, because we want to only take up as much work as we can do justice to. Anyway, so other than this, I hope this session was really useful for all of you. You took back some useful takeaways. The floor is now open to questions and discussions, guys. Anything, please feel free to chat. And if anybody would like to come on camera and say a few words, you're also welcome to. I hope that option is available. So if anybody has wants to speak, just let me know. I'll invite you to speak. I think you have to let me know your interest on chat, and then I can invite you to talk. Guys, keep looking at the chat, because I'm also trying to.
Yeah, I think maybe if you wanted to run the polls, maybe it's because you need to stop sharing screen. I don't know. This is just, I'm not very techie on Zoom, but
okay,
maybe that's one of the reasons. I also wanted to add something about the how many emails is too many emails. And I think it, like Lucia said, it depends on your store and niche and how much you have sent so far. Like if your regular frequency is not that much, you probably don't want to just all of a sudden start sending them so many emails, like twice, 3 times a day, just for the Black Friday week. But that doesn't mean you can't. So if you're very smart about it, what you could do is you could segment your audience and continue to exclude buyers from the following emails. So those who have already bought in your Black Friday sale, you probably don't want to send them more and more reminders of it. But also at the same time, you will not blast a list or blast your entire list for all emails. So you could only send some of the emails to the most engaged people, people that have opened, every email in the past few weeks and so on. So that should help you with your deliverability, and you can still increase frequency by using segmentation in a smart way, basically. Oh, and so many, that's great. Many people are happy. Some people are shirtless. That's okay. Nobody here is wearing trousers. We're just not saying it. I'm kidding. But it's really great to read that, yeah, this was very helpful for some of you guys. So thank you.
Yeah,
I
and
think also the same person who is shirtless is happy. So probably I'm guessing there's some connections.
You're welcome, Lexi.
Thank you for joining also.
Yes, and if, like I say, if you have any specific questions just about your own business, not generic Black Friday, Cyber Monday, anything you're wondering about, if you're thinking, oh, I want to do this discount for this niche, what do you think? That's also something you can leave in the chat and we can get to it. I think we have a few minutes left, right?
yeah, we
Or
do
maybe
have
not,
a
I'm
few
not sure.
minutes. And yeah, I would really request some of you, all of you, to take a minute and check out our Instagram. And I'm not trying to sell anything on Instagram. Our Instagram is really, really useful content for all, like a lot of ideas. Like, for example, the Apple privacy updates. We made a whole video about it and we posted. Then we have a blog section where we post a very useful and insightful post about email marketing almost every week. And it's all our team that's actually putting all their learnings, their practical learnings into blog posts. So do check out that. And you can also subscribe to our monthly newsletter where we compile some of our best content. In the resources section on our website, you will see some case studies, some white papers that can really help you. So even if you don't want to hire us as your agency, that's completely fine. But our website does have a lot of content to help. And yes, if you're interested in this offer, then maybe you can let me just put a email here where you can reply. You can send an email to, or I will actually be sending a follow-up email to all of the attendees, asking for your interest in the offer, because we have to get started immediately if you're interested in this offer too. Like, the sooner you start, the better your your campaigns are going to be. So that's that. Yeah, let's keep the session on for another 5 minutes. We are happy to take any questions, anything, or you just want to ask anything about how we're doing. That's also cool. What's Susanna's cat's name? It's all good. Randy, okay, you are interested from a